When nothing excites you anymore, when the things that used to light you up feel flat, when even the people you love most can't seem to reach you, that's not the end of something. That's the beginning. You're not falling into depression. You're not losing yourself. What's happening is that your soul is outgrowing a frequency that no longer fits, and it has to clear out the old before the new can arrive. If you've been feeling this strange detachment from everything, your hobbies, your social circle, your goals, even your own identity, there's a reason. Your energy is reorganizing itself for a massive shift. And the emptiness you're feeling, that's not loss. That's space being created. Because you can't step into a new version of your life while you're still holding on to everything from the old one. Something in you already knows this is true. That's why you're here. This video found you because lately, nothing has been landing the same way. Maybe conversations with friends feel exhausting instead of energizing. Or the career you've been building suddenly feels meaningless. Or hobbies that used to bring you joy now feel like you're just going through the motions. You're not broken, you're shedding. Part of you knows something significant is shifting, even if you can't name it yet. So let's explore what this detachment actually means, why it happens before major transformation, and how to trust the process instead of fighting it. So what's actually happening when you start losing interest in everything? Here's the truth. Your soul operates on frequency. And when you're about to evolve into a new level of your existence, your current frequency has to shift first. But it can't shift while you're still energetically attached to everything from your old life. Think of it like this. You've been living at a certain vibration for years. Your relationships, your interests, your daily routines, they all matched that frequency. But now, something deeper in you is ready to evolve. Your soul is calling you toward a higher expression of who you are. And to get there, you have to release your grip on the things that were built for your old frequency. This is why everything suddenly feels wrong. It's not that your life fell apart. It's that you're no longer a match for it. The person you were 6 months ago loved those things, cared about those goals, felt fulfilled by those connections. But you're not that person anymore. You're in transition, and transition requires letting go. Here's what makes this so confusing. The detachment doesn't feel like growth. It feels like loss. You look at your life and wonder why nothing matters anymore. You try to force yourself to care about the things that used to excite you, but it feels fake, like you're pretending to be someone you're not. That's because you are. You're trying to stay in a version of yourself that your soul has already outgrown. The emptiness you're feeling isn't depression, it's clearing. Your energy is making space because you can't carry new dreams, new relationships, new purpose while your hands are full of old ones. Something has to be released, and your soul is doing that work for you, even though your mind doesn't understand it yet. You might find yourself pulling away from people you love, not because you don't care about them, but because the way you used to connect with them doesn't work anymore. The conversations feel shallow. The activities feel draining. You're not being cold, you're just operating from a different frequency now, and the old ways of relating don't translate. And here's the part that's hardest to sit with. You can't skip this phase. You can't rush back to feeling excited about life by forcing yourself to engage with things that no longer resonate. The only way through is to let the detachment happen. Let the old interests fall away. Let the relationships shift. Let yourself feel empty for a while, because that emptiness is sacred. It's the pause between who you were and who you're becoming. You know what I've noticed? The shift happens when you stop resisting the detachment and start understanding it as preparation. Most people spend this entire phase trying to manufacture enthusiasm for their old life. They guilt themselves for not wanting to go out. They push themselves to stay interested in careers that feel meaningless. They fake excitement in relationships that feel empty. But the detachment is trying to show you something. It's revealing what no longer serves you. When something feels flat, that's information. It's your soul saying, this isn't for the next version of you. Think about it right now. What's one thing in your life that you've been forcing yourself to care about? A friendship that feels obligatory, a goal that feels hollow, a routine that feels numbing. Ask yourself, am I holding on to this because it genuinely serves me, or because I'm afraid of what it means to let it go? And here's where most people panic. They feel the void and immediately try to fill it with new hobbies, new relationships, new goals. Anything to stop feeling empty. But that's not how transformation works. The emptiness is the point. It's the fertile ground where something new can grow. If you immediately fill it with distractions, you miss the opportunity for something real to emerge. Think of it like clearing out a closet. You can't organize your space if you keep shoving new stuff in while the old stuff is still there. You have to let the space be empty for a minute. Let yourself sit in the void. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it feels like something's wrong. But the void is where the magic happens. It's where you finally get quiet enough to hear what your soul actually wants, instead of what you think you should want. Not everyone will understand what you're going through. Some people will interpret your detachment as rejection. They'll take it personally when you cancel plans or seem distant. They might even tell you that you're changing in a bad way, that you're not yourself anymore. And here's the truth. They're right. You're not yourself anymore, at least not the self they knew. You're becoming someone new. And that's going to be uncomfortable for people who loved the old version. But you can't stay small to make others comfortable. You can't keep performing an old identity just because it's easier for other people to relate to. Something else starts happening during this emptiness. Little sparks appear. New interests, different curiosities, unexpected pulls toward people or ideas that don't match your old life at all. Most people dismiss these sparks because they seem random or don't make logical sense. But those sparks are your soul showing you where you're headed. They're the breadcrumbs leading you out of the void and into your new frequency. Maybe you suddenly feel drawn to learning something you've never been interested in before. Maybe a conversation with a stranger lights you up in a way your closest friends haven't in months. Maybe you get an inexplicable urge to explore a completely different path. Don't ignore those moments. Those are the signals that your new life is starting to form. Let me show you what this actually looks like when it's happening, because this isn't just theory. This is how your life actually shifts. Say you've been in the same friend group for years. You love these people. You've shared so much with them. But lately, when you're with them, you feel like you're watching yourself from outside your body. The jokes don't land. The conversations feel exhausting. You leave hangouts feeling more alone than when you arrived. When you understand this as a frequency shift, you respond differently. You recognize that these connections were built for a version of you that no longer exists. And instead of guilting yourself for outgrowing them, you give yourself permission to step back. You don't have to make a dramatic exit. You don't have to end friendships. You just stop forcing yourself to show up in spaces that don't match your frequency anymore. You let the connections naturally fade or evolve and you trust that the people meant for your new frequency will appear when you're ready. Or maybe it looks like this. You've been working toward a specific career goal for years. You've invested time, money, energy into this path. But suddenly, it all feels meaningless. You wake up and the ambition is just gone. What's actually happening is your soul is redirecting you. The goal you were chasing was built from your old frequency, your old desires, your old understanding of success, your old version of what would make you happy. And now that you're evolving, that goal doesn't align anymore. Your system is shutting down the motivation for it because it's not where you're meant to go. So instead of forcing the old goals to matter, start getting curious about what your soul actually wants now. Not what your family wants. Not what looks good on paper. Not what you've already invested in. What does the version of you that's emerging actually want to create? I've been through this myself. There was a period where I lost interest in everything I'd been building. Friendships felt hollow. Work felt pointless. Even hobbies I loved felt like obligations. I spent months thinking something was wrong with me, trying to force myself back into caring. But then I stopped fighting it. I let myself be empty. I stopped showing up to things out of guilt. I stopped pursuing goals that felt dead inside me. And in that space of nothing, something new started forming. Interests I'd never considered before. Connections with people who operated on a completely different frequency. A pull toward work that actually lit me up instead of just looking good from the outside. The detachment wasn't the problem. Fighting it was. So imagine yourself 6 months from now. You're on the other side of this emptiness, and you look back at this phase with complete clarity. You see now why everything had to fall away, why the detachment was necessary, why you had to lose interest in your old life before you could discover your new one. How does it feel in your body? There's this lightness you haven't felt in years. Like you finally stopped carrying weight that was never yours to hold. The relationships you're in now, they're real, not performed, not obligatory, just genuinely nourishing. The work you're doing actually matters to you, not because it looks impressive, but because it comes from your authentic frequency. And the best part? You're not pretending anymore. You're not forcing yourself to care about things that don't resonate. You're not performing an identity to make others comfortable. You're just you, the real you, the version that was buried under all the should and expectations and old frequencies. This is what's waiting for you on the other side of this detachment. Not a perfect life, a real one that actually matches who you are instead of who you thought you had to be. Your journey through this emptiness isn't finished yet. Some days will still feel confusing. Some days you'll question if you're making a mistake by letting go of your old life. That's normal. This phase is messy, but every moment of detachment is making space for something more aligned to arrive. So what are you losing interest in that used to matter? What's falling away from your life right now? Your experience might help someone else trust their own process. We're all moving through our own frequency shifts, and there's so much power in knowing we're not alone. Remember this, the detachment isn't permanent. It's preparatory. You're not losing your capacity to care. You're discovering what's actually worth caring about. The emptiness you feel right now is your soul clearing out everything that doesn't belong in your next chapter. Trust it, honor it, let it do its work. Because on the other side of this void, there's a version of you that's more alive, more authentic, more aligned than anything you've experienced from your old frequency. The things that are leaving your life right now, They were never meant to come with you. They were teachers, bridges, placeholders for a season. But this next season, it's going to be built from your actual truth. And when you look back at this phase of losing interest in everything, you'll understand it wasn't loss at all. It was liberation. The detachment was your soul's way of setting you free from a life that was never really yours. Your new beginning is already forming in the emptiness. Trust the process. Trust the void. Trust that losing interest in your old life is the clearest sign that your real life is about to begin.